So in this video, we want to talk about how data is stored in your main storage or your RAM. That data is stored electronically. So first of all, most computers today come with main storage or RAM. That's 16 gigabytes in size. That means there's 16 billion bytes inside that computer. Now let's take a look. Here are some bytes right here. Each one of these are considered bytes. And each one of these storage locations or bytes can store one character. Okay, so each one of these places in RAM can hold a single character. Now, how does it happen? Well, let's go ahead and take just one, say just one of these, and let's pull it out and see what's inside one storage location in RAM. Okay. So inside each location in RAM, you'll find 8 wires. And a wire can hold an electrical current. We call each of these wires a bit, B-I-T, and 8 bits grouped together can hold one character. We call these 8 bits grouped together, these eight wires, a byte. Okay, so inside each one of these storage locations here, inside each one, you're going to find 8 tiny wires. Each wire can hold electricity or not hold electricity, and we call each of these wires a bit. 8 bits grouped together is a byte, and you can store one character in a byte. Now, we use something called the ASCII coding scheme, okay, to define how a group of these 8 bits or 8 wires can represent different characters. So let's take a close look. Here are 8 wires right here inside one byte. These are wires, these are bits, these are not bytes, these are wires. And going from your right to left, each one of these wires has a value. 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64, 128. They just keep doubling. Now, if this wire has electricity here, it has a value of 1. If it doesn't have electricity, it has a value of 0. If this has electricity, it has a value of 4. If it doesn't have electricity, it has a value of 0. Now, what you need to know is this. The computer will store a capital A with this bit on and this bit on. Because if you add 64 and 1 together, that's going to give you a capital A. What's capital B? It's easy. Just go one more higher. So if capital A is 65, capital B is 66, 64, and 2. What's capital C? 67. Turn on the 64, the 2, and the 1. Okay, what's capital D? Is 68, a 64, and 4. Capital E is a 69, a 64, 4, and 1. Okay, now what's 97? Excuse me, what's lowercase a? 97, 64, a 32, and a 1. That's 90, excuse me, that's lowercase a. Lowercase b is a 98, 64, 32, and a 2, and so forth. What's the character 0? Now, not the number 0, the character 0. So if you're typing a letter and you have a return address and you say 10 space Main Street, right, up in the return address, the 1 and the 0 are characters, just like the M and the A and the I and the N in Main Street. They're just characters. They're not numbers. The character 0 is a 48, 32, and a 16. The character 1 would be a 49. The character 2 is a 50, and so forth. Every time you hit the space bar, like the space dog, the space bar is represented by a 32. So every character on your keyboard has an ASCII representation, okay, which is a group of bits being turned on that represent that character. For me, you only have to know that capital letters start at 65, lowercase letters, sorry about that, guys. This should be a lowercase a right here. Sorry about that. That's a mistake. It should be a lowercase a. The character 0 is 48. The space bar is 32. The lowercase letters start at 97. capital letters start at 65. You need to know these four things right here.